Good afternoon. My name is Justine Mbukwa from Mzumbe University, Tanzania. And in our experiment, the title was Collaboration with Local Institutions to Open More Opportunities. Me and my colleague in the lab, we figured out that in order for our lab to be more sustainable, there is a need to collaborate with the other local institutions where our alumni students are employed. And actually, we collaborated with Ifakara Health Institute that is found in Tanzania, where some of our alumni students graduated for the first batch in statistics since 2006, employed as a senior researcher. And in this regard, we collaborated with them to perform 3 experiments. The one was on data analysis using Stata. The other one, second experiment was academic writings. The third experiment was is what we call winning research grants. And in fact, we found that this is quite useful because we agreed together to work together with them, and we hope to sign a kind of memorandum of understanding so that we can run some of the research-related activities, undertaking such collab together with them. And this is as direct impact because these people, especially local people or local experts, are having a domain knowledge in the particular area in those industries because they've been there for some time. So more detail of information regarding what we've done will be discussed more in the poster. Thank you.
Mine is meeting and understanding and meeting the needs of START Lab to enhance START Lab sustainability. Well, my name is Adenomon. Our START Lab is located north central Nigeria, located within the Department of Statistics. The project itself is 4 stages, where we develop a questionnaire to understand the needs of the people around. The second one is on collaboration skills. The third one is to work with a professor, especially one in biological science. And the last one is to produce a flyer to sensitize the university community. But the result we found out, for gender, we about 72% of male participated, while 28 female participated within some ages. Then the next one, the academic level, we had more undergraduate students compared to postgraduate students. Then in terms of the statistical techniques, a little bit of R is common in that in our place. We have about 56% using R, but for Python, it's still very low. Okay, it's still very low. We're going to explore that of the Python to see how people there can be using Python. In terms of mentorship, some already have mentors, but part of my solution is to have mentor classes, of which 100% of them are willing to attend such classes. And so far, we had a WhatsApp group for the undergraduates. Then in some of my lectures, I interact with the students. Sometimes they ask me questions on how they can become a member of some association. Then the next one is on collaboration skills, where some of them have collaborated with non-statisticians, but really, they want to learn more. Then we have 4 of them, but I only decided to, we performed 2. The other 2, we are on strike. But I'm using another means to achieve the other 2. Like the production of flyer, I'm not going to use my money to do it. I want to get support, of which I've applied to Arrow Consortium, is under review. Okay? Then working with the professor, I've identified 1 already, but because we're on strike, we can't continue. Therefore, this is an ongoing experiment. Lastly, what we want to do in our lab, number 1, we want to attract more grants, which we'll be doing. Then, apart from that, before now, I see that we can be successful in terms of statistical capacity building. Already, I've won 1 before from Arrow Consortium, but I want to explore because it seems they are open-handed to some of us. The next one will be organizing training, both for the computing skill and then collaborating skill. Then lastly, the mentor classes. The other things here, when we get to the poster, we'll tell you more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm Dr. Banjamin Odoi from UMaT, the coordinator for UMaT-LISA. So our experiment was basically on creating awareness of mathematics in UMaT and its environs. So basically, we know mathematics is, of course, the pillar for many engineering programs and other related disciplines. So this particular experiment was to, create the awareness of mathematics around UMaT and its environment. So we applied the method of that is simple random sampling. And of course, we also looked at the purposive sampling approach. Basically, we sampled from some specific basic schools, likewise senior high schools, to educate the students by creating the awareness of mathematics in the university, likewise its environment. So there were some specific outcomes in terms of the results. So we had some basic panel discussions, and of course, at the end of the day, we also had a cleanup exercise in Takwa and then its municipality. A talk on the relevance of mathematics was also dealt with, but from here, I would pause a little for my HOD to add a little to what we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Odoi. I'm also Dr. Brew from University of Mines and Technology. Mainly our institution is situated in the middle of the mining companies. So what we intend doing is to set up the START lab so that we can analyze and help them to work on their data. Mining activities has a lot of effects on the surrounding communities. So we decided to have this START lab so that we can analyze the data and help also the communities also to know the effects that may come upon them in future. So that has been our main idea. But the issue now is how to get the START lab. We are new. We are not coming from tech. UMaT was established from tech, KNUST. This is our mother university. We came out from KNUST, and now we are on our own. And secondly, we are also getting the LISA out from the KNUST. So it's the KNUST which is also mentoring us. So we are trying to set up the lab now. For now, we have the lab all right. We have the structure. We have little things there. We have the tables and chairs and other things. We've left with the computers and other things. And we are still working on it. But it's not easy. It has not been easy for us because we need to go up to the mine company, talk to them. They come there with their data for us to analyze. They only come. Then we analyze for them to go away. But this time we want to set up at the START lab so that when they come, we sit them down and we all work together and see the benefit of mathematics. That's what we are doing on. But now our main challenge is how to come up with the whole team. So we are still working on it. This is my first time of being here. And I hope that once I've come to meet the organizer, the big men, will also help us to come up to get our START lab in place. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Happiness Obiora-Ilouno from NSUK-LISA. Here is my colleague, Dr. Uzuke Chinwendu. We actually carried a project that titled Training, a Step Towards Awareness Creation and Sustainability. All we did is training. Actually, we started as LISA in UNISIC. We got our full membership in July 2021. And since we started, we've been having a lot of training within us in the campus, especially to statistics students. Then when this experiment, sustainability experiment comes up, we said it is important we go and create awareness to our neighboring, that is our sister institutions. Because in Anambra State, we only have LISA and NAU. So we have other institutions. So we say we're going to go there, tell them about LISA and what we can offer. Then we started by, and also some government organizations like that is State Bureau of Statistics, because they deal with data. So we started by going to Federal Polytechnic, Oko. We had the training, one-day training there. Before that, we first of all met the HOD, agree with her. She now gave us a day. On our arrival, we installed the packages to them because we want to train them on R. Then there we had students were there and their staff. At least we recorded 63 people there, 6 staff and 57 students. Then we trained them on introduction to R. The essence of the introduction is just to introduce them and tell them what we can offer so that they can come to us, and if we can train them further. So we did the training, we gave them the Google form to fill after the training, and from their response, that is what they responded in the form, we saw that virtually 88% of the people, they were actually interested in partnering with us, and that they are even willing to pay for us to teach them further. Because on that day, we actually got there, during the interactive section, we found out that the students there were given assignment how to do random number. So among the things we taught, we was how to use R to do randomized number, and they were happy because in the hands-on, many of them were able to solve the assignment there, and they were so happy. So, and after that, those in Federal Poly, they actually indicated interest also to be part of LISA. I know they've actually applied for proposed membership. And there we also carried the same experiment. And I want to hand to my colleague here to talk about that of State Bureau.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Chinwendu Uzuke from the same NSUK-LISA, Anambra State. Okay. She has talked about creating awareness at Federal Polytechnic. Now, there's another experiment we wanted to conduct. We have gone halfway, but because of change of government in the state, so we couldn't complete that experiment. That is in collaboration with the State Bureau of Statistics. State Bureau of Statistics is under State Ministry of Budget and Planning. So they collect data based on daily activities, prices, and everything about the state, because it's with data that they can plan. So we now discover that they do all of them manually, and even the analysis, they do it manually. So we met with the State Statistician General of the SPSS, and we discussed with him on how LISA is going to help them, because there's sometime we organized a training, and it happened that the SG is our past student. He now has to send about 22 members of his staff to us to join in the introductory training. So, and he later said that we have to come to them and give them proper, that is their own special. And now we discover that they have special needs, like data digitalization and so on and so forth. So we now went to him, agreed to conduct a training, but because of change of government, because they changed to another governor as at that time, so he couldn't do anything. And he said that they have submitted budget. So but this time around, they are going to include it in their budget so that we'll have something to support the lab as we train them. So on the after discussing with him, we agreed on a date. Fortunately, that day, the director of National Bureau of Statistics was in his office. So she also indicated interest of collaboration. And we now agreed that they are going to sponsor the training, and they will include it in their budgets so that we will be giving them subsequent trainings so that they will improve in their both data analysis, data collection, and data analysis. And from there, there is a collaboration. I will be paid every at least 3 times in a year. We give them a very sound training to improve on what they are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Akinlolu Olosunde. Olosunde is O-O-L-O, not O-L-U. O-L-O, Olosunde. So, and Makinde Deborah Olufumilayo, my colleague, is here. So, we are from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. So, we are working on advanced mathematics and computation for analysis of data in modern statistical lab. So what do you want in advanced mathematics? What I discover in our own stat lab. Look, my professors, we have talked extensively about the lab, what we do in the 2 labs, how we approach the undergraduate student and the secondary school students, convince them to patronize our facilities. But I'm dealing with postgraduate students and the PhD and also other professional colleagues. To convince them, many of us have been complaining that they don't come to our lab. To convince them, you need to do something that they don't know. If you are doing something they know, they will not have any reason to come to your lab. So all this preliminary analysis, many of them can do it. So they do see the reason why. So that's why I sat down in my office. How do I convince them to come to my lab, to attend to my facilities? The next is to think of what to do to solve that problem. I remember the technique of my mother my grandmother in the village. They said during the we used to rear chicken, and the African style that they allow the chicken in the morning to go and feed the children, and they will expect the chicken to come back home in the evening. If the chicken refused to return, then they will search for where are the chicken. So I can follow me. I will follow my grandmother. If I catch the first chicken, I want to drop it. You don't need that chicken. If I got drop that, the mother, once you are able to capture the mother, you have arrested the children. So immediately we capture the mother, or the mother will make some noise, and all the children will just come out and follow us back home. So you don't need any stress. So I said, how do I apply this technique to capture the mind of people? Then you need to capture the supervisor. When you take the supervisor or the student, PG, colleagues, they will follow you. That's how I employ that my grandmother village technique of capturing the mother. So what I say, then in my own university, you need to convince them. If you want to call the attention of your colleague, you need to convince them that you can do more than what he knows.
If you can't convince them, they won't approach your facilities. They will not. So what I do is to introduce, when their students visit me, I will tell them that, oh, what do you want to do? This is the data. Like, for instance, somebody came to my place and brought data that has to do with credit facilities, credit risk, financial data. So what he was saying, I said, confidence data. So what do you want to do? Confidence data about this. I said, give me 2 weeks. I will get back to you. After 2 weeks, I said, do you know that you can do more than this and beautify your thesis? Say, what? Have you heard about Black-Scholes Metin model? Say, yes, but the differential equation is just so. Let me know. Let me talk to my supervisor. I said, talk to your supervisor that we have able to do so many things. Once he talks to the supervisor, the next time we receive him, Dr. Oshode, you know these things. Yes, we have even carried out some preliminary analysis about Black-Scholes model and Metin. You know that Black-Scholes model is a very tough model with differential equations. Even they assume normal distribution as underlying model. So we change that model because the data they brought is skewed and it has a hypothesis. So we introduce a new model. We put into that test. You can see most of the pictures are on the board. But so we introduce new model to which give a very good fit. By the time we analyze with BIC and AIC, the next is so you can do this. Call all these PhD students, come to this lab, come and visit them. They have something new that you have not learned. So that is how we have been. In fact, the most beautiful one that is about the computer, somebody that came from computer, he said, we try to analyze the data. We even take it because he was expecting that we should use Poisson model, Poisson process, because it's traffic. So you can do more than Poisson model. This is a PhD thesis. Then we introduce to HCR model, susceptible, exposed, infected, and removed. Anyone that is close to that, you know that it's a strong differential equation that you have to solve using Roger-Cota method. They say, you know this, then join me to supervise this candidate. So that's how I join me to supervise that candidate. So that's what we have been doing. If you don't raise your pedestal beyond their level, they won't approach your facilities. That's why I said you need to use my grandmother technique. Capture the supervisor, then the chicken will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Amidu Abdulhamid from Tamale Technical University. Tamale Technical University is located in the northern part of Ghana. And we're the 29th member of this 2020 network. We had our membership on 1st February 2021. And we are proud to have our Prof Chancellor to be our director of LISA in Tamale Technical University, which is in the name of Professor Bashir. Also have, the lab has 7 core members coming from various departments: statistics, actuarial science, computer science, and other auxiliary members that help the members in their work. We're also happy to announce that the institution has taken it on their own to employ 3 core members or 3 staff to man the affairs of the lab. That is their permanent work. They will have to be with the lab and they carry the activities of the lab. And I'm one of them, the senior research assistant. So with our work, our experiment was on awareness, visibility, and collaboration, a path to stronger and sustainable start lab. So we had 4 basic methods. We first have to create awareness by using the social media platforms. Then secondly, we have to write proposals. Then we organize workshops. They also had community engagement with some NGOs. So at our resource is partitioned into 3. We want to look at participation, funding, and collaboration. So with participation, we realize that a lot of people have earned interest in the START Lab and they were able to join the START Lab. We had 2 workshops within the experimental period, that's the 3 months. The first workshop was organized for lecturers, which we dealt with Excel to look at next step if, what if, so that they can help them in preparing results of students and academic reports. They also look at SPSS data analysis, using SPSS for students because they'll be doing their project work. So what we want to do is that we wanted to see the behavior of participants when we charge a fee or when we don't charge a fee, because the sustainability of the lab will be partly based on the funding. So on the first workshop we organized, we didn't charge a fee and we have a massive turnout. Then the second one, we charged a fee, a token. Even the number drew down with, let's say, 50% drop, but it was encouraging. And we also check on female participation. we realized that for the both workshops we organized, the female participation is very low, and that will be result to even the female component within the university community. So it has been part of our next action to see how we can maybe probably increase female participation within and outside the community level. Then, so because of that, we've able to generate some little income, and we are hopeful that if you are going to carry out those methodology for a longer period, maybe the SAS lab will be able to generate some funds to run their affairs. Then with collaborations, we wrote out proposal to University of Ibadan, and thankfully and hopefully with regards to Dr. Sarifat and Prof. Olusoboye, we were able to come to successful collaborations. The collaborations have started. So we started with some lectures on artificial intelligence and machine learning last month, and I hope we will continue. There's a whole framework for the research, for the collaborations, and we hope to carry out the collaboration to the latter. So we part saying that we're also trying to organize some collaborations with KNUST, which we are working on the pipeline. So currently we have a collaboration with UI, and we are very grateful to Prof and Doctor for their support. So in a nutshell, we said that we've realized that the experiments carried out within the university community has increased the visibility, and part of the results. We also check on our social media platforms, because we create a social media platform. We have a Facebook page and we have an Instagram page. We had 30 people for now within the experimental period, which are on our Facebook page. Which with the Facebook and Instagram, we have about like 150 followers. Then we have people, like 30 people who have called for inquiries and other things to know about the startup lab, what they do and the rest. And we have one call for also collaboration. Once we also call people to collaborate, we have also had a call from an NGO to collaborate with us. And we think after this experiment, we're having more collaborations once we make our social media active. So in a nutshell, we say the experiment was successful, and as we read in Prof. Eric Vance, improve their work, statistics and collaboration, an engine for development and growth. We realize that for one path for a sustainable SAT lab is to get members or staff. And once we have 3 key members that do any other thing than to man the affairs of the lab, we know that we are surely on the path to stronger and sustainable SAT lab. And the experiment has also increased the awareness of people within and outside the university community. And we are trying to, the whole of Northern region, we have now have like 6 regions within the Northern region. And the whole of Northern region, I think we have TATU-LISA and UDS-LISA. So we also try as much to also be a stepping stone for other institutions within the Northern region to get to know of LISA and also have LISA in their own. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, all. Here I am. Yeah. So I'm Imran Khan from India. I'm the coordinator for Sustainability-LISA, which was given the official membership, and ours is the 20th Stat Lab, offered on October 2020, right? Okay. So I thank Professor Eric for that. What I have realized is, if the head of the institution is a good researcher, by good researcher, I mean the researcher already knows the importance of statistics in research. So your job becomes easy, right? So I am fortunate enough that the head of our institution, he knows the importance of stats in research. So wherever he goes, he advertises my Sustainability-LISA. So I don't have to make much efforts. Because when the head of the institution says this, everybody takes it serious, right? So we have been doing collaboration work in the university, but unfortunately we can't charge the any fee from the researchers, the students or the faculty, because we are being said that you are the part of the university, it's your job. You are being given the salary for this. So whatever the job is of the students or the faculty, you have to do it. So, but if we expand our wings to the other universities, we will face a problem in the sense when we have more projects, so we don't have much staff which can cater this. So we have to find some other ways, maybe through trainings or workshops. We may charge some nominal fee, or this we can take care of the the expenses which we have to meet through. We conducted the workshop on data analysis using our software, and the second one was 10 common statistical mistakes one can avoid while writing or reviewing a manuscript. So this title was catchy, and the researchers were very much interested in what sort of mistakes they can commit. And this one, the second one, it was in fact given by the Vice Chancellor of my university. He gave me this assignment. Hey, I have come across this topic. So you conduct one workshop on this by using this LISA lab. I said, okay. So that's why I said that if the head of the institution knows, your job becomes easy. We had this second workshop was for the faculty members, and the first workshop was for the students. But what I learned from this when I interact with, or when I conduct the survey, hey, why do you want to? The researchers were more interested in learning the softwares, statistical softwares, than the statistics, right? So, but there I found that it will be fatal to teach them statistical softwares without teaching them the theoretical part as subject, right? So we have been working on that. We have already started our future statisticians. We are working with them and teaching them the communication and the collaboration skills. Though it's not officially offered, but we have been doing it unofficially till it gets through, because we have academic council where it has to go through the process. Only then we can offer such courses as a credit course. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Mohammed. I would like to thank Professor Rick and all individuals with him, as well as the local organizers of this university. Saying this, I am Mohammed Darasa, the second from the bottom, from Welkita University, Ethiopia. And our staff lab was established since 2017, and I'm second coordinator of this staff lab. And our staff lab was doing all aims and activities proposed there, like work consultancy, collaboration with our clients regarding to the software, statistical softwares, and methodological issue in the research area, and the interpretations of the outputs for our researchers, for our students, and other clients. Having said this, to make more specific, our experiment was we conducting on the promotion of our staff labs, since our university was infant. See, the establishment of our staff, university is 10 years old. Most of the staff, newly joined staff are there. Again, newly joined administrative body part of the university are there. So what we planned, there should be awareness and promotion for those newly engaged staffs and administrative part regarding to our staff lab aims and goals. So what we do, we try to communicate each of the administrative part separately. Some of them have given us a good response, where the others have on the opposite, on the reverse way. Still, we are challenging them. From one of the administrative, that's research and development, director. We are okay. Sorry. So what we are working with them as experiment, there is annual research granted by the university. Then we are going to participate in the review process of that proposal. Then we are going to continue at the ends, up to the ends of that research which is granted by the university. So we are agreed on this to do with our research and directorate development at university levels. So these are more specific. The other things are we are working since the start from the establishment of the staff labs. Having this, thank you for your attention.